A Tiffen Glimmerglass or Tiffen Black Satin. What is the difference? This question I've been getting asked a lot in the past years since I put out both videos on the Black Satin and also my follow-up video on Tiffen Glimmerglass. Why would you want to choose one over the other? Are there any differences? And what are the similarities between going with Black Satin Diffusion or Tiffen Glimmerglass Lens Diffusion? Let's start with why you would want to use Lens Diffusion in the first place. So in our world of digital content creation, one of the best ways to get a more stylized look, a more different look in camera is through lens diffusion. We can create blooming effects around highlights, around practical light sources. It's gonna give like a special sauce to our images. And we can help out our talent by taking off the digital sharpness from our lenses and from our sensors, and also reducing blemishes and wrinkles. And that is a huge bonus for your female talent. And with so many different filters out there, it can get really confusing really fast to choose which one works best for your type of filmmaking. And especially when you're trying to compare two different types of filters, right? You've spent some time narrowing down, I like Black Satin, I like Glimmerglass, but maybe you only have the budget for one, so which one would you want to choose? So hopefully in this video, you can get a really clear-cut understanding of which one you would want to go with. I've shot with Black Satin for a couple years, I've shot with Glimmerglass for the past year and a half, and everything that I've shot with Black Satin, it always lends itself to like a grainy, texturized image overall, right? Not just skin tones, but the overall image kind of has a little bit of like grainy texture to it. With Glimmerglass, you're getting the same effects as a Black Satin, right? Lens diffusion in general, but you're getting the nice roll off into the highlights and into the shadows. And that's created by lowering the contrast because of the filter itself. You're getting a highlight blooms around practical sources, around light sources. But the thing with Glimmerglass is it's a more delicate image. It's a more soft image, if you want to call that, right? Not soft as in like you're losing detail or resolution, but you're getting a more kind of like a more clean look, if that makes any sense, right? A more pristine look, a more delicate look. Whereas with Black Satin, it's always going to lend itself to a more grittier image, right? A more like grainier, textured image. And it also depends on what level of Black Satin you're using. If you're comparing like a level 1 to a level 3, level 3 you're going to get a lot more grain in camera, and maybe that's the kind of feel you want for the majority of the projects you shoot. So for me, Glimmerglass is what I use most of the time because for client work and even for doc work, I want a clean looking image, but I also want something to kind of separate my images from, say, just something that was shot on a regular lens, right? You're getting the highlight blooms, you're getting a little bit of the digital sharpness being taken away, which is always great. But you're keeping the contrast, you're allowing the roll off into the highlights, into the shadows, and you're also keeping sharpness in the eyes, which is the most important thing. Black Satin and Glimmerglass, specifically Black Glimmerglass, you're still gonna get sharpness in the eyes, but everything else you can see lends itself to like a more appealing image, right? Because you're taking off so much of the digital sharpness or the digital crispness, especially when it comes to like people's faces. You don't want to see people's pores or certain things that maybe perhaps on the day they may not be looking their best, regardless of how much hair and makeup is helping out or wardrobe is helping out. Sometimes lens diffusion is going to be able to be the saving grace for them on the day. So the most important thing you want to remember when comparing Glimmerglass and Black Satin is if you want like a more grainy or texturized image in camera, go with Black Satin. If you don't want that, go with Glimmerglass. Price wise, they're pretty much the same, you know, regardless if you're going with a circular version of it, the 82mm version or a 77mm version of it, or if you're going up to the pro level, 4x565 filters. They're pretty much the same price, you know, Black Satin compared to Glimmerglass. So it really comes down to preference, right? What is it you want in camera? Short and sweet video. Maybe you guys like these versions a lot more. If you do, leave a comment down below and let me know. That way I can be more like precise for you guys, right? If you like the video, leave it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as always, just so you know if I have new content coming out. And remember, friends, every day you have an opportunity to create your experience and to write and tell your own story. My name is David Lee. I will catch you guys in the next video.